All right, the Republican nomination for the 2016 election is anybody's game, according to the new CBS poll. And high on the list, Governor Mike Huckabee.
That's right. He has a new book, God, Guns, Grits, and Gravy. And he joins us now. Governor, it's always great to have you. Congratulations.
Great to see you guys.
Grits and gravy.
So, obviously, 2016 is on everybody's mind. When do you assume things will get official?
Nothing for me has changed in the timetable. I've always said it's going to be later in the spring, and it still will be. I think having done this before, you know, I want to be very careful and thorough and thoughtful and methodical in the process. So, you know, the timetable is still the same.
Do you look at a poll like that, and does it change or alter what your goal is?
Not one bit, because the polls don't mean anything at this point. I mean, it could be anything from a name ID to whoever made the headlines last night.
Sure, but being in the top row is a lot better than being in the fifth row.
I've been in the fifth row. In fact, when I started back in 2007, I wasn't even in the row. I was, you know, an asterisk. It's like, and there's 20 other people that are thinking about it as well. So, sure, it's nicer to be mentioned. It's better not to be in the very front-runner position at this point, because that's almost a sure sign that you're not going to make it.
Governor, you were pretty certain last time around you weren't going to run. And I remember we were doing the shows, you were doing your radio show too, and like, it's just not right now.
Right.
Why was it not right then, where you had a vulnerable president going for a re-election, and why might it be right now?
I think a lot of it is, it's very difficult. I don't care what the president's record is. It's difficult to defeat an incumbent president. Only happened a few times in American history where a person sitting in the chair actually is moved out. I also felt like that there were a lot of things organizationally for me that weren't ready. And, you know, there was something inside of me. Some of it's spiritual. Some of it I can't explain. It's just that inner clock that says this isn't the right time. And it wasn't. And I, you know, look back. I'll tell you what, my wife, with whom I've been married now 41 years, almost, she thought I should have done it in 2012. Until at the end, everything I told her, she said, turned out just like you said, and she said, you were right. I put that in bronze. It's now on a plaque.
She just wanted you out of the house.
She really did. She still does.
She tried.
If you were president of the United States, what is it you'd change? I mean, why should the people watching out there right now elect Mike Huckabee president?
Well, they may not think right now, but I can give them a couple of reasons. One, America would be a strong country. We wouldn't be bowing and apologizing. We would be a country that people would respect. If they didn't like us, they would respect us, if not fear us. Second thing is we changed the way the economic outlook is. You don't punish people who are being productive. This president wants to punish everybody who is working, saving, investing. And if you really want to lift up the people at the bottom, which we do, we want to make it so that a person who works hard, look, the idea of punishing the productive is hurting the working class more than anybody.
But that's what the president is going to talk about tonight in the State of the Union.
And he's totally off the mark on how to do it.
But I'll tell you, Governor, almost everybody on the potential presidential list agrees with you.
Yeah.
So you have to separate yourself from those other 12 or 14. And they would have said the exact same thing.
Let me ask
There's one big difference, and I'm not trying to make a comparison here. You know, this is not time to argue, because all the Republicans would have better ideas than what we're going through now. But I govern a state, a very blue state, the bluest state in America for 10.5 years. When I say the bluest state, there was no legislature more lopsided. I learned how to govern. One of the things this president has failed to do, he has failed to build relationships with his own party and people of the other party, and learned how to govern. He knows how to make a speech.
It's a great point that you're making there, Governor. You know, what about this whole idea of free education and guaranteed education in community colleges the president has proposed? It sounds really good. What's your thought?
Sounds great, but it's a terrible idea for this reason. People need to have something invested, whether it's in the Medicaid or the health care they get. You need skin in the game. One of the things that I talk about in God, Guns, Grits, and Gravy is the fact that I didn't have my way paid through college. I had to work, and I worked 40 hours a week. I got through college in 2 years and 3 months, a 4-year degree, but it wasn't because I was smart, because I was poor.
Sure.
And here's the point. People need to pay something in order to be part of it.
Okay.
People ought to read your book, God, Guns, Grits, and Gravy.
They
Mike
should.
Huckabee, thank you very much.
Thank you. Good to see you guys.
Thanks.